Welcome to the 3Beer Pod. You almost spit that out, Demmer.
I did, dude. You caught me off guard on that one. Thought I could get one more sip in, but apparently I was wrong.
That is the goal, to get you to spit it up at some point. Welcome to it. It is episode 3 of the 3Beer Pod. And since we missed the sponsors last week, Tim, I thought we would launch.
We're going to do it at the beginning and the end today?
They got double up. They come knocking.
You know what? I saw a report about house sales, and they're still flying, Cloudy.
Yes,
lots of stuff. Hot market. You're looking to buy or sell right now. Chris McLeod over at Realty House is the guy. Give him a shout if you're looking to buy or sell. Chris is it. Are you still working on your beach body? If you are,
New Jack Summer, buddy.
If you are or haven't started yet, give Shauna a call over at the Health House, thehealthhouseck.com. She'll hook you up with a beach body. Cloudy's already started his program. I'm a little far behind, but we're good.
There will be a shirtless episode coming up.
Wow.
On the 3Beer
tank
Pod.
tops. We're going tank tops, but okay. And our friends over at the PSL, they're flying right now. They are getting ramped up here. Yep. But wait a second. My computer wanted to restart. We're good to go. The PSL, they are, things are fine. I think they take an Olympic break, maybe. I'm not sure, but Olympics are coming.
because cricket's in the Winter Olympics.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
We'll fact check that one, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Pakistan has a team in the Beijing Games. Do
bobsled team.
Pakistan has a bobsled team.
Fact check it. Prove me wrong.
Fact
the
checkers.
Jamaican bobsled team.
They are. Yeah. You're right.
The Pakistan once had a bobsled team. They have mountains. Is that what you need? Is that what you need?
Yes, that's
dude. If you have mountains, you're gonna have a bobsled team.
Good point. Good point.
Fact.
Hey, do we know if former 3Beer Pod guest Jesse Lumsden is back in the Olympics? Do we know if he's off to Beijing? Because he was working towards that.
We probably should have looked that up before you asked the question.
Another fact check, please.
Please, someone jump in the comments. Jesse Lumsden is obviously
okay. Two things. We are 4 minutes into the podcast. We need to know if Pakistan is involved in the Winter Olympics.
I think it is, yeah.
And if Jesse Lumsden, past guest, is
Olympic
representing Canada.
News. There's nothing under the news for him.
Nothing under the news.
Looks like his site might be a work in progress.
Well, we'll follow up. We've got nothing but time. Nothing.
We got
but time.
If I just dump out of here tonight, I'm not sure what's happening.
You gone too far. All right, let's roll into what you drinking, bud, here tonight. I'm going to start off here. Let's go this direction. You know what? I need to run at the. I need to get out. I haven't grabbed beers in a long time, so I'm getting to the end of the roll here. Okay. So from Left Field Brewery, I got the O'Neill Stout. This came from
that's a good one.
The Christmas box. Yep, we're drinking that tonight.
That yep.
Sunburst from Storm State Brewing Company.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
There you go. I'm going to get to that.
Yep.
And Wag the Wolf. This is one of my faves. I have a bunch of these.
Oh, you love that one, eh?
It's a staple in the refrigerator. So those are my 3 tonight, Tim, on What You Drinking, Bod. What are you drinking?
Oh, buddy. What am I drinking? It's winter time, in case you didn't notice. I went the stout route tonight.
The stout route, okay.
I got 3 stouts here. Our friends from Wellington have a delicious chocolate milk stout. I have a Black Light All Night stout from Nickelbrook, and friend of the pod, Gordo. I'm not sure if you know Gordo. I think you do. Gordo recommended this one. This is the Mocha Stout from Perth Brewing Company. So I'm going full stout tonight in 3Beer Pod. 3Beer Pod. Which one am I going with here?
What about your stout?
I'm doing this one here.
I feel bad that our guest Rick is joining us now from the Grove in Kingsville and unable to grab anything from the Grove this week, but we'll have to feature here in an upcoming edition of What You Drinking, Bud. Good evening, Rick. How you doing?
Not too bad, fellas.
Very good. Very good. Rick is the marketing manager for the Grove, who we've had here on the podcast a few times. We've told the story. The Grove is the location where we came up with this idea for the 3Beer podcast. Probably late into the evening, we said, we're going to do this. And we finally pulled the trigger. And we've been doing the 3Beer pod now into season 7. So, Rick, welcome to the show.
Right on. Thanks for having me, guys.
So a lot going on over at the Grove. We got a couple things we want to talk about. Let's first of all talk about what's happening at the Grove. The Grove located downtown Kingsville, but that's in the midst of changing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're expanding. Right now we're on pause. We're still offering beer for up and delivery, but no doubt, I mean, just like everywhere else, we were planning to shut down, until we opened our new space, which is just down the street. And it just so happened to land the same time that the rest of the province shut down. So, I mean, like, kind of bittersweet. So, we're still open for pickup and delivery. And we're hoping to open our new location in March.
In March. Okay. So we'll keep an eye for that. The Grove online at mygrovebrewhouse.com. I think we've got that. There you go. Throw that up there. And you can find out more about the Grove. Tim, you were down in December. Did you get down to Kingsville recently, weren't you?
End of November.
You're lagging just a bit on my end. I live in a cottage that has satellite internet, so it gets really crappy at this time of night. So I apologize for that. But what was that?
It's all good. I made it down to the Grove end of November last year. You guys kind of had a good problem there that you basically just outgrew your space. Is that why you moved into a new spot? Like, the downtown spot seems awesome to me. I love it. It's what brought me to Kingsville. But you guys just outgrew it. Is that kind of the reasoning behind where you moved?
Yeah, that's totally it. I mean, if you visited like our old space, I don't know if you really checked out like the brewery much at all, but it's really not a lot of space to work with for our brewer. It's very tight. I mean, the fermenting tanks over top of the bar are really cool, but it's not practical, at all for production. So after 4 years of business, like, we're lucky to be where we're at now. Which means that we need to move a bigger space for like more production and more of a practical layout for our production team, and just have more space all together. So that's it. Really just boils down to that. Like, where I work out of the brewery space right now, which is just like a desk space like this. I'm crunched between the sales guy and people watching me through the window up at the mezzanine. So I mean, like, it's something we all need at this point after so many years.
Very nice. Looks like you're drinking a silver bullet there. What are you drinking tonight?
I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest. I'm pretty sure, like, I got a ton of these low fills in my fridge. I want to say it's our greatest hits pale ale, which it was the last beer in our One Brew Wonder series, which was a series that highlighted local musicians and artists in the area. So a lot of them who played at the Grove. So we thought of this idea, when COVID first hit, and it was like, how do we support live music? I mean, like, live streams, only go so far. So we're just like, how about we do, sort of like a collective arts or like a collective arts brewing sort of thing, and, highlight local musicians monthly, especially the ones that played, at the Grove. And that way we can share their links and we can share their story. And this was the last one of the group, and we brewed a big batch of it, and the label, which isn't here, has all their faces on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It has a nice little QR code that you can scan, and we've compiled like a list of music from all the artists. So it's like hits playlist. So
That's really cool. That is really cool. We're talking to Rick Santa Rosa from the Grove in Kingsville. Check them out online, mygrovebrewhouse.com, because the location is in the midst of moving. What put you on our radar for episode 3 this week was your promotion. We thought, well, let's get you in here before the deadline, which is coming up on Monday. We'll throw this up on the screen. The Your Face beer. And we saw this last week, and I think we saw it just as it was going up. And you have had a huge success with this already. Tell us what the idea is behind the Your Face beer.
Yeah, so it's a just for fun contest. I like the little image you got there down at the bottom. It's a just for fun contest, just to get someone from the community who like past or present. Windsor Essex resident, get their face on a beer can. It can be literally anyone. How it goes is you nominate someone. The top 3 nominations go to a vote. But because we've seen like so much people participating in it, I think we're going to expand it to 5 nominations. We thought of this our assistant brewer actually thought of this idea because we're featuring, musicians' faces on beer cans, and we're all about having a story that goes along with the beer. And we get people, reaching out to us all the time, being like, "Oh, you should feature, this on a beer, or this person on a beer." And we're like, you can't say yes to everyone, so we're just like, if people really want to be featured and are really digging, like our whole story, marketing strategy, well, we might as well just put it out there and be like, all right, guys, who do you want to see on a beer can? And it worked so far, so good.
You guys are having some good problems at the Grove, outgrowing your first location, and now a promotion that's like just taken off, which I think is really cool. So is the idea you get your face on it, but what's the beer? What's going to be in the can?
The winner gets to negotiate it, which is like super cool. So yeah, we all get to sit down together, talk about what kind of beer that they want. Donovan, who's our brewer, will like go over, the notes and flavors of different, yeast and everything, and just kind of like break down a recipe that's specifically tailored towards them. And yeah, I'll be designing the can just like I design all the other cans. And we'll be negotiating, design style, how they want their face to appear. It's a big deal. So I'm allowing the winner to be as picky as they want, as far as, a design style goes. So, yeah.
That's really cool. Well, while I get you to explain this, we'll throw this up. How do you get involved? How do you submit a name? How do you submit your own name? What do you do?
So you just visit mygrovebrewhouse.com / Your Face, and it'll bring you to a web page. And yeah, you just you scroll through everything. You need to be a Windsor Essex resident, past or present. You need to be at least over 19 years of age. And those who get nominated need to, like, those nominating someone need to understand that we're going to be reaching out to, the top 5 nominees for their consent.
Yeah.
So that needs to be apparent as well. So you just go to our page and you nominate whoever you want. And yeah.
That's pretty sweet. I love it.
How are you going to narrow this list down? I saw today that you guys thought maybe you'd get 50 people, but you have 1,000 or so, and probably more after tonight. Like, how are you going to narrow this down to that top 5?
Because there has been like groups of people who have been advocating to have like one of their family members or buddies or even local celebrities voted in. So like some people have 100 votes each, which is insane. So like, yeah, we have like a top 10 list compiled, which is like far beyond what we expected. Like I was thinking, yeah, we'll put this out there. Hopefully we can get it ranked, but at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna have to, like pick a name out of a hat. And it's been the complete opposite of that. That's
really awesome. Tim, did you have another question on that? So I was gonna move.
No, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you about the Fog Cutter. Tell us about Fog Cutter. It's just came out. Was it last week or this week?
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah, Fog Cutter. It was a limited release last year, and it sold like within 2 days. So we made a huge batch of it this year. It's a white stout, and it's named after the building that we're currently in. So it used to be like this legendary dive bar in Kingsville, where you went to have your 19th birthday and just have a good time. And it was just like full of colorful characters and stuff. I'm not personally from Kingsville. I have family that grew up in Kingsville, and they have great memories there. And it just seemed to be a really community like good vibe place. And it's just interesting how time evolves, and there ends up being like a brewery in that space a decade or two later. Awesome. So it's just to honor our history, and that's kind of what we do as far as making beers, is honor our history, past and present.
Doesn't matter the town; they've all got that bar, and the Fog Cutter was the one in Kingsville. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Available now.
If we're looking best case scenario, when are we going to be able to walk through the doors and check out the new location?
Best case scenario is St. Patrick's Day. So
wow,
that's what we're aiming for. Things are moving along. Some of us more optimistic than others, but so far so good. So we're really hoping St. Patrick's Day, and we got a lot of cool things planned leading up to it and the day of. Just making it a really super communal event. And yeah, obviously depending on restrictions up until that point. But yeah.
Well, hopefully that's a word. Yeah, in the past by that point. We're hoping. Tim, did you have anything else for Rick?
What's the game plan for the old location? Again, that's where this kind of started for us. Do we have a game plan for what the old brew house is going to look like in the future? Or is that kind of up in the air right now?
It's up in the air, and it's kind of out of our hands as well. We don't own the space. We rent it from the hotel. So when we're out of there, it's up to them. I really can't speak on behalf of them. I have no idea what they're doing. They're walking around there today talking to some guys in suits, so they have some ideas. Sure, what they're going to do is cool. I mean, the hotel has a really funky vibe to it. It's whatever they decide to do with the space we're currently in. I'm sure it's going to turn out awesome.
Yeah,
I know 100%. It's going to be the Fog Cutter. Fog Cutter's coming back. That's what it's going to be. Return of the Fog Cutter.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. Rick, thanks for your time. MyGroveBrewHouse.com. Go online, find out more about the My Face beer, which is we'll find out more next week, right? We'll have a idea of who's on there, or not who's on there, but who the finalists are.
Yeah, you should know by next Thursday. I'll announce the top 5.
Nice.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for that. Rick, say hi to Shane, say hi to Donovan for us. They've both been on the podcast in the past, and now we'll add you to the list. Thanks a lot, Rick.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
Take care. Buddy. Thanks, Rick.
From the Grove in Kingsville, where this all started.
Where it all started, buddy. We had good times.
Grove
there.
To blame. So,
man, love Kingsville though, eh? Like for us, it's just a 45-minute ride down, hang out, have some beers, stay over at the Grove. I'm looking forward to it. You see the mural on the outside of the new building? Have you seen that?
Yeah. It is sweet. You know what? I was sitting here getting ready and writing some notes down because we actually do some notes for the show. And I was like, when was the last time we were in Kingsville? I think you and I made a rip down last year to hit the butcher, and we ran in and grabbed a couple 6-packs at the breweries downtown. That was pretty much the run we did. We haven't been there in a while.
No, we haven't.
I haven't. No. We haven't. I know you've been, but
yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back 100%. Sure. Looking forward down there. Sure. St. Patrick's Day, eh? St. Patrick's Day in Kingsville? We might need a bus. We might need a bus, Cloudy.
Oh, buddy. Let's make that happen.
You imagine?
Matt, if we're looking for some entertainment on that bus, he's probably got a gig lined up already, but
he probably does, but we'll see what we can do.
Building
Can't wait to see the inside of it either. It's going to be sweet.
It does. It's awesome. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Rick, for joining us here tonight on the 3 Beer Pod. All right, Tim. So the beer buzz here today. timely because yesterday was Beer Can Appreciation Day. It was the day that beer was first put into on the cans. So to celebrate,
what was the date on it? You got a date on that, buddy? 34.
I do.
1934.
1935. 1935.
Oh, so close. I fact checked that one.
Brewing. Did you? We're still waiting for a further fact check. Kruger Brewing down in the U.S. was the first one to throw it into cans. January 24th, 1935, the first beer in a can was sold. The first beers were sold in steel cans, and you needed a can opener.
I was going to ask, how do you open it? Because I don't think the quick pop opens were invented,
they weren't a thing
right?
then.
When was that invention? That was innovation right there, buddy. Do you remember? I remember my dad having cans of OV that you had to just still.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
You had to put the old triangle in the top.
Yeah.
Maybe
like the old
fact check
apple juice cans. We used to
have this is a fact checking episode. See if I'm just full of it tonight.
We just told people we prepped, and then we've had them fact check 7 different things for us. So they say amazing benefit of the beer can, safer for the environment, cans are recyclable, and pretty much it's a can world we're living in, the beer world, isn't it? You don't see too many bottles anymore.
No, not, I think there was a time when craft breweries were like, let's go big bottles. And cans is where it's at now, to be honest.
Yeah.
You want to go to wherever, any brewery, any grocery store, pick up some cans just to try stuff. Like tonight, I just grabbed a couple. I've never had a couple of these before. Grabbed a couple cans. It's where it's at. It's not a 600 ml bottle. No, I don't want those.
Give it a shot. Yeah. Wanted to bring something up, Tim, and I'm always hesitant to do this because I just know your reaction to things.
Is this a conjure? Oh God,
no. So Meatloaf passed away. And I know. Remember when Eddie Van Halen died, and you immediately just told us all the bad things about the guy.
Right.
So do you have anything bad to say about Meatloaf before we get into it?
I remember I think the slow dance, maybe when I was in grade 6 to Meatloaf. Maybe really? Was that the revival of the Meatloaf? Other than that, not a fan.
I would do it.
Yeah.
As soon as there's a death, Tim has to tell us why he didn't like him. Couldn't stand the guy.
I wasn't like Betty White. I was sad about a bit, but Meatloaf.
I'm not saying, I'm not the biggest Meatloaf fan, but
give me another Meatloaf song. That's the only song that comes to mind.
I would do anything.
Yeah, that one.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Yeah,
naming all the hits. I'm sure Matt's going to jump in with one of these too.
Yeah, not a fan.
All right, so net worth game for Meatloaf. Meatloaf net worth game. Okay, Meatloaf net worth game.
I think you think he's worth more than he actually is. Meatloaf's net worth is like 15 mil.
15.
Yeah.
Well, they make that in their sleep.
Well, he was on all these dumb shows, right? So I thought he needed money.
Yeah, well, he was on The Apprentice too, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was on some other thing and yelling at people. Yeah. That's all the clips I've seen of him this week. It was like him spazzing out on reality shows. Net worth, okay. 15 was low. Give me a second chance. Give me a second chance here. 15. That greatest hits. Oh, he had a Broadway show, maybe.
He had like one of the top selling albums. It's up there.
I know. Okay.
Bat Out of Hell.
Bat Out of Hell. Yeah.
Looks like he's punching you in the face.
I'll take it or leave it. Net worth Meatloaf is 75 million.
That's too high. He's 40 million. 40 million. 40 million on the net worth game. 40 million. So he passed away late Thursday, and the news started leaking out on Friday morning. And then this is where some drama happened. Weber Grills. Have you heard this? So Weber, the maker of
I did see
the grills. So Weber sent out a email for what they labeled as an oversight. They sent out a weekly recipe newsletter. They sent it out on Friday.
Right.
And the email was titled Grilled Meatloaf Recipe.
That's amazing timing. Really.
Yeah,
I think. Do you really think it was an accident?
Oh, yeah, because they probably have the next 2 months of these emails all ready to go.
Yeah, I think
what are the chances that Meatloaf is going to die, and then they've got the Meatloaf recipe? Come on.
I don't know. I loved it. I didn't see the actual recipe. I saw the thing where they're like, we deeply regret that we sent out a meatloaf recipe. Whoever had to send that out was like, I don't regret this at all.
No,
he's like no regrets.
Telling his boss, he was telling his boss that he was like, there's no such thing as bad publicity. No such thing as bad publicity. Oh, Charlene, you're right. Yes. On the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's right. $40 million net worth for Meatloaf.
Take it or leave it for the meatloaf. Although I do enjoy a good grilled meatloaf. I'm not gonna lie. It's good stuff, buddy.
I got a troubling story here, Tim.
More than Meatloaf dying?
More than Meatloaf dying. This one is going to make you cringe. There was a young boy in the UK. This goes back 4 years. He's just sharing his story now. So this young boy in the UK finishes gym class. Remember, gym class would finish and you'd be in the dressing room, and it's all teenage boys. Testosterone's high.
Yeah.
You're just chirping away. Somebody dares you, right? Somebody dares you, and you can't turn down a dare, right? So this young boy was dared to have his buddies spray 2 full cans of Axe on him. So buddy on each side. So obviously they go the rest of the day smelling like most high school boys, right?
Yeah, it's common. I feel like that's what happens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So right there, so far, I think we're going to get what's happening here. So there was the dare. Hey, spray 2 cans.
So buddy goes
2 full cans.
Okay.
Sprays them 2 full cans. And then the sprayer flicks Buddy's nipple. And they fall off. They fall off. Ching, like change hitting the floor.
It falls off.
Yeah, you know science.
I don't know that science. I think this needs a fact checking. Somebody needs to. Where did you find this story?
It was right in the news, man. Come
Stories.com. I'm not sure about that.
So the kid says, this is a couple years ago.
Nipples fell off. He said, it was fine. It was all fine. And the boy was actually freezing my nipples. He flicked both of them, and that's when my nipples fell off. He said, have you ever seen a wart? It was exactly like that. It hurt. It was like raw, exposed skin. So what are you left with?
He lost his nipples as a 15-year-old. He's now at the University of Liverpool. He's 19 years old. He said he went to his next class. And his teacher was like, your shirt is bleeding.
How do you explain that?
Yeah. So I will ask you, do you want to see? Because I've got a picture.
You have a picture? Wait a second.
I have a picture.
Wait a second.
Do you want to see it?
Is it of the fallen off nipple? Is it a nippleless man? I don't know if I want to see it or not. I'm going to close one eye.
Close one eye.
Close one eye.
All right. Here is what he looks like, minus the nipple. The nipple's gone. He's just
the nipple's gone.
Areola. Look at it. It looks like an eclipse of the nipple.
I keep looking in. I'm going to see it better. There's a bit of a glare here on it.
No, it's a nub now. It's like when he cut down a tree and then they grinded the stump down to the lawn. Yeah.
Well, that's not what I was expecting. I'm not sure what I fully had. I fully thought the whole thing. I thought the areola fell off too.
Oh, come on. That's ridiculous. You think full areolas fall to the ground?
I don't know.
Like a poker chip floating down.
I thought like a piece of pepperoni just fell right. Can you get rid of the nippleless areola?
Oh, that's our third co-host now. Right there.
The Pakistan Super League's going to tag this one, and then they're going to be like, that's not what we signed up for.
Yeah. So there's your nip right there. But he's now 19 years old. But what a story at the pub he's got now. Right?
Wait a second. I'm just off my game right now. I thought you meant like he actually owned a pub too, but
No,
he's just at the pub. Okay. See?
Mal,
I'm not
Mal?
the only one that just pictured the whole thing falling off.
Oh, guys, come on. Ridiculous. The whole areola is not falling off. It was just nipple, guys. Fellas, come on.
Okay, I get it now when you said the wart just fell off. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a redo on thinking that story through.
Yeah.
Did not see this whole story coming, buddy.
Didn't see that coming. All right, I got a couple other things. Here. Let me do. I'm cutting you off here. Right? You got anything there?
No, just go ahead,
Okay.
buddy. I don't think I can recover from. I don't think I can recover.
Probably should have ended with the no nip. Let's go to Ohio for this one. So Ohio, much like we did here in southwestern Ontario, had some snow. The snowplow was out. Did you see the snowplow driver who's probably off the job right now? He was plowing the highway and not doing a good job of it. Have a look here. Whoopsie.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, fella. Woo.
Come on. Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that how that's supposed to work?
That's not how it's supposed to work.
Wow.
Did he not know he was shooting the snow out? Here, look again. So it happens right off the bat. So he's obviously not supposed to be shooting the snow that he's clearing off the one side of the highway onto the other side of the highway.
Probably not how it works, no.
But apparently he did this for miles, and eventually they caught up with him and they pulled him over.
Wipe out the whole other lane of traffic.
Well, yeah, like look at this. This is a transport too, and they could just plow through just about anything. But look at everybody else just have to deal with it. Oh, buddy! Wow. Woo! Oh, buddy.
Holy!
Yeah,
that guy's still driving.
Yeah,
who's driving that car?
Jeez,
they're struggling to recover.
Yeah, that's a struggle.
I would like to give a shout out to my snowplow driver today.
Yeah,
came down my street. I live in a dead end cul-de-sac and a circle in the middle. He went around it twice. I've never seen it happen before. Big shout out. I think that was the McLeodinator.
Oh, possibly.
I think so. Whoever's driving that was very reasonable. Very reasonable.
People.
Good people. Yeah. Shout out to the snowplow driver today.
Good people. I got one more thing here.
I don't know if I can handle it, buddy. Okay.
This one does not involve nipples. It's a 110-year-old woman who
wait a second. Give me that again. 110-year-old.
She's 110.
Okay. I thought you said okay, never mind. Go ahead.
She's got no nipple. I'm just kidding. She's 110, and her granddaughter is trying to tell her how old she is. Okay? That's the background. Have a listen.
How old are you?
I have no idea.
110.
What?
110 years old.
10.
110.
I don't believe that.
No, you look like
you're 21. That sounds like conversations that happen in my house right now when I can't hear anything that's going on.
Yeah.
And then I don't believe you. That was
That's
awesome.
That's what I want you to do on my birthday this year. You're 46. I don't believe it.
I don't believe you. Wow. Can you imagine getting to 110?
And then that's what happens. You just get there and you're like, no, I'm not. I'm like, Grandma, no.
Just fact check this. No, I'm not.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Did in that story, was there any like the secret to her living to 110? Like, what's the secret to her success?
She said denial. Just deny. Deny till you die.
No, I'm not. You just turned 100. No, I didn't. All right. Live to see another year. So embrace it. Don't embrace it. Just deny it.
Yeah.
I just turned
Your birthday
40.
rolls around. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Did you though?
No, I didn't. That's a good strategy. I'm going for it. That's fantastic, buddy. That's fantastic.
That's what I got this week, Timmer.
Dude, I think that's good enough for me today. I'm still trying to get over the nipple right now.
Yeah, let's see it one more time.
I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah. And if you think that's disgusting, there's probably a good chance you're explaining it to your 110-year-old grandma this weekend. They have no nipples.
No, they don't.
Be
Yeah, they do.
careful.
It fell right off. No, it didn't.
I don't believe that. Thanks to Rick over at the Grove in Kingsville. Keep an eye on our social medias because we've got another guest coming up next week. Are we going to do an adult unboxing next week?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, we'll do that next week.
I like that. Yeah, excited. Really excited for the beer next weekend. Next week. Next episode.
And if you've lost your nipples, send us your photos. Tag us on your social media.
Don't do any of those things.
No?
No. Take that back. I don't want to see that.
Cheers, Timmy.
Oh, see you, buddy. See you, Cloudy.